Hi. So let me pick up where we left off. This is task. This is class exercise number 7, task 1, part 3 of this. And before I move on, remember that our code for the button looks like this right now, and I had you look at the live server. You right mouse click on this, and I had you select live server, and it opens up your browser. It looks like this. That's okay. I noticed there's two major syntax errors here. One is I had an extra lesser than sign over floating out here, so I need to remove that. The second is that what you notice is that here is that image that we are supposed to bring in, and it's not there. What the reason is, I don't have the image linked in the right folder in the right place for this. So let's go in and fix this right now together with it. So if you had your image in the right place, everything will be there with it. So let me go in here. First of all, the easy one is just to remove this this lesser than, or this left remove that. Control S removes that. Now let's look at this right here. The pic_bulb_off.gif. This needs to be in the same folder right next to your task.a.html, right? Matter of fact, both of them need to be there as well. So remember that folder I was telling you was this folder right here. All right. So why don't you this is the folder that I gave you. Copy both of those folders. I want to select it all, copy for now with it. I'm going to find the folder that we just are creating it in, which is my folder that I have, which is this, inside of this. Today's date is 04/01/20, and here's my task a.html. I'm going to paste it side by side to it, right next to it. Looks like that. Okay, so I didn't put this in a subdirectory or nothing like that. I just want it to the same folder that we have. That's fine. So Control S saves everything. No, this isn't out here with it. So Control S saves everything with it. Now if you come over here, right mouse click, open with live server with it. Okay, hang on, get a second here. Let's see if I have the right name here. Hang on, hold on. So bulb off is this. I'm just going to click on it, copy that name, so I don't have any. Okay, so it's OFF. I misspelled it. Looks like this. Let me refresh it. Hold on. So I put in the correct name of the file here is pic_bulb_off.gif, and I gave this the right with an ID of my image is the name of the ID. So I'm going to give you a second here. Take a look at this, making sure you have an image with it. And this is what I have on my side of the image with it, and it should pop up the image. It looks like this right now with it. You have something looking like this. So I have this image that's floating in there, right? And this is the image with my image that I have with it. Now this is what in my also have is that's the image, and I have the two button to the left and the button to the right with it. All right, so let me minimize this and go back to here, and when I click on turn on the light bulb, it turns on the light bulb. Turn off the light bulb. Turn off the light bulb. I misspelled bulb. I just realized that. Let me go back and fix that. The word bulb, I spelled bulbed. It's B-O-B-U-L-B. Sorry. So let me fix that in the code. And here's the bulb with it. Okay. So Control S saves it. So here's what I like for you to do. So once you have this corrected with it, come up here, come over here, and find your and run this. Not run it, but right mouse click on it and live server. And we're going to minimize this, and we're going to take this over here, making sure you have the right spelling in the bulb. Take a screenshot of this part right here, and turn on the light bulb. Take the screenshot after you click on it, and you can do on and off like this. So what does JavaScript allows you to do? It allows you to you're creating a web page that's interacting with this stuff. Now, let me talk about the code. Okay, so this is what it's supposed to look like. Turn off, turn on, turn off, turn on. In your assignment, very similar to this thing, is that you're going to swap out the image in this as well. All right. So before I go ahead, let me show you the code, walk you through this code right here with it. So task A part 2 starts here. So I gave it a couple of break lines coming down this thing. So I gave it some, it could change the attribute of the values in this thing. So this is what we're going to do is we're going to change the source attribute in this case. This is what we're doing. So we create 2 buttons. Now let me talk to you about this on click right here. This is a variable document you're using with it. This little dot right here is what we call the dot syntax. Every time you do a dot syntax, this becomes a method. How do I know it's a method? It's an action. It's to do something. This is what's built inside of JavaScript library file that comes with your library file when you install it. So get element by ID. It is case sensitive, so you have to type exactly like this. All right. So this becomes what's called, you're going to hear the 2 terms I want to talk about: a function and a method. These are synonym terms, meaning they're the same words I'm going to use with it. How do I know it's a function or a method? With the left and right parentheses with it. Inside of it, I'm passing across my image. This my image is this my image, this ID right here, right? If I call this thing ABC, this ID over here will be called ABC. It's the same name as the image that you're passing across. So you're getting this ID. This is an ID. Look. See, ID. So get element by ID is this ID with it. Well, what are you doing? You're basically turning this image, when people click on, turn on the image, you're going to swap out this image with another source called bulb on. Okay, so this is the pick underscore bulb on. You're going to swap that out, and you're going to change that source inside of this my image with it. All right, that's what's happening. So hence this button is when you click on the bulb, it goes like this. Now, this is the image. This is by default with it. Where did I get this width 100? Well, if you recall that I gave you the file with it, here is the image off. If this is the file I gave you. Look down here in the dimension, the width and the height. The width is 100. All right, so that's where I got that number from. The second button to the right of that image is on click. Same thing. Get ID, element by ID. You're going to pull across is the image. This is the ID image with it. All right. So you're going to come in here. You're going to actually pass across the pick bulb off image. That's going to be replaced as what we call, bear with me, it's called an argument inside of this parentheses with it. So every time you click on this document, it's going to swap out the off graphics inside of this. All right. So that's how it works with it. Now, when you do your assignment on this thing on here, I ask you to basically to create your own page with it, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about more in the instructions and how when you swap out the 2 images, you can do the same thing, very, very similar to these 2 images with it. But I gave you the 2 pictures. One is the red, white red tea rose ranunculus, one of my favorite flowers in my back garden. The second one is the white ranunculus that you're gonna swap out. They're very similar with it. So you can click on this, pulls up this flower, click on this other one, pulls up the other flower with it. All right, this will conclude the task A part 3 of your light bulb. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the video right now.